What are business maturity models? Maturity models are powerful tools, commonly used by management consultants, to gauge the maturity of an organization in a number of disciplines or functions. They help pinpoint the specific areas of improvement in order to reach the next level of maturity. Most maturity models qualitatively assess people and culture, processes and structures, and objects and technology. In this video, we will highlight our top 10 maturity model frameworks, based on sales and downloads on the Flevy Business Best Practices Marketplace. First, we have the Greiner growth model. The Greiner growth model, developed by Griner, is a maturity model describing how organizations evolve through 5 stages of growth. Each stage requires appropriate strategies and structures to cope. The Greiner growth model is a descriptive framework that can be used to understand why certain management styles, organizational structures, and coordination mechanisms work, and why some don't work at certain phases in the development of an organization. Each of the 5 stages is marked by a period of evolution, crisis of management, and period of revolution. The 5 stages are defined as follows: Stage 1, growth through creativity. Stage 2, growth through direction. Stage 3, growth through delegation. Stage 4, growth through coordination. And lastly, Stage 5, growth through collaboration. This framework suggests the future and growth of an organization is less determined by outside forces than by the organization's history and management structure. We also have already produced a couple videos on this framework, which we will link to in the video description. Likewise, we will be including links to each of these maturity models showcased in the description. Next, we have the 5 stages of business growth. This maturity model for growth strategy is for entrepreneurs to use when building and navigating their business from a nascent, startup state to an enterprise with a global footprint. This framework is based on the fact that all businesses experience common problems that arise at similar stages in their development. Familiarity with the 5 stages of business growth allows the business owner and business consultant to develop invaluable insights, including knowing what to focus on at what stage, appropriate management style at each stage, anticipation of key challenges at various points, critical success factors through the company's progression, involvement of owner at various stages, as well as evaluation of impact from governmental regulations and policies. Third, we have the Consolidation Endgame Curve framework. This maturity model is based on the theory that all industries consolidate and follow a similar course through the 4 stages. It is based on a study of 25,000 firms globally, representing 98% of the global market cap, conducted by the strategy consulting firm A.T. Kearney. The consolidation curve shows that M&A actions and trends can be predicted. Using the consolidation curve as guidance, a business can strengthen its consolidation strategies and facilitate merger integrations. A niche player can also determine the appropriate niche strategy to use and when is the best time to be acquired. Every major strategic and operational move should be evaluated with regard to the industry's stage in the consolidation curve. Likewise, Endgame's positioning also offers a guide for portfolio optimization. Next, we have the Leadership Competency model. This model to assess leaders takes into account both leadership competencies, as well as leadership potential. Most other leadership frameworks only evaluate competencies. The Leadership Competency model encompasses 4 specific leadership competencies, which further comprise 8 core competencies. Each core competency is mapped across a 4-stage leadership maturity model, with the stages defined as Level 1, Operational Leader, Level 2, Matrix Leader, Level 3, Business Leader, and Level 4, Enterprise Leader. Next, we have the Performance Management Maturity Model. This is a 5-stage maturity model evaluating how well developed an organization's performance management processes and systems are. Organizations aiming to achieve the highest maturity levels in performance need to take care of the intricacies involved in deploying a performance management system and the relationships it has with the other key organizational activities. These 5 stages are initial, emergent, structured, integrated, and finally, optimized. This maturity model helps us gauge how developed our own performance management system is and what we need to do to advance it to become a high-performance organization. To achieve maturity in performance management, organizations need to build capabilities in 5 operational levers, which are tools, processes, governance, architecture, and integration. Our next maturity model is the People Capability Maturity Model, or PCMM. Following the success of Capability Maturity Model, or CMM, Carnegie Mellon University developed the PCMM or People CMM model. The PCMM is based on best practices in areas such as human resources, knowledge management, and organizational development for managing and developing an organization's workforce. The People CMM helps organizations characterize the maturity of their workforce practices, establish a program of continuous workforce development, set priorities for improvement actions, integrate workforce development with process improvement, and establish a culture of excellence. PCMM entails 5 evolutionary levels of maturity corresponding to the way organizations manage their human resource: initial, managed, defined, predictable, and, lastly, optimizing. The 7th model we will cover is the Digital Maturity Model. Driven by 8 core emerging technologies, the role of technology in an organization is shifting from being a business enabler to a business driver. As companies transform digitally, they go through a process where their technological capabilities mature and evolve over time. This is captured in our 7-phase Digital Maturity Model framework: initiate, radiate, align, optimize, automate, transform, and improve. The next model is the 6 Sigma Maturity Model. As organizations adopt and deploy 6 Sigma, they go through 5 stages of maturity, outlined in this LSS maturity model. The intent of the model is to help 6 Sigma practitioners, deployment leaders, and executives benchmark where their companies stand in relation to broader patterns experienced by other organizations. Assess the areas of strength and performance gaps in their deployments. Pinpoint specific steps they might take to close gaps and graduate to the next stage of their 6 Sigma journey, as well as communicate progress to their 6 Sigma teams and to the broader community within their companies to garner support for their continuous improvement efforts. There are 5 stages in this model, starting with launch, followed by early success, followed by scale and replication, followed by institutionalization, and finally culture transformation. Our next maturity model is the IT Capability Maturity Framework, or ITCMF, an integrated framework for evaluating IT from both an IT as well as a business perspective as a necessity for CIOs and other technology leadership. The ITCMF was developed by the Innovation Value Institute, geared towards assisting IT organizations augment their potential in generating maximum business value. ITCMF provides CIOs a dependable communication medium to utilize while coordinating with business leadership. ITCMF also provides the means to upgrade IT capabilities across the board. Finally, the last maturity model we will discuss is the 4 stages of disruption. Organizations are constantly trying to innovate and, likewise, all industries will eventually be disrupted, as new products, businesses, and industries emerge. No industry is safe from disruption. In a 2017 PwC survey of 1,379 CEOs around the world, 60% said their market has already changed or completely reshaped in the past 5 years, and over 75% anticipate they would by 2022. Research has found innovation that eventually leads to disruption follows a 4-stage evolution. First, we have the disruption of incumbent. Next, there is rapid and linear evolution, followed by appealing convergence, and finally, complete reimagination. Understanding this 4-stage model will help us understand what design choices to prioritize and when. At any given time, different products and organizations are likely to be at different stages relative to local endpoint of innovation. So, what do you think of these maturity models? We would love to hear your thoughts on them in the comments. This is just a snapshot of 10 maturity models to give you a sense of how to leverage these powerful tools in assessing the state of your organization, understanding what common challenges to expect, and how to elevate your organization to the next level of maturity on its journey to excellence. There are many more such maturity models available, focused on countless other aspects of an organization. We will provide a link to more maturity models in the description. Also, again, we have included links to all frameworks referenced in this video in the video description. If you have any questions, please leave them as comments below. If you enjoy these types of videos on business frameworks, methodologies, and management models, then be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also, check out Flevy.com directly for thousands of best practice business frameworks and tools. We regularly publish videos like this one across a multitude of strategic management topics, from business maturity to disruption to innovation management.